everybody. I am now on page 568, chapter 56. So we got to, like I was, last time I talked to you guys, of course, Cassian took Nessa away because of something that she said, and people were upset, so he took her away. And took her a few days, but she broke down and she was like saying why she's the way she is. Like, we always know that, you know, why certain things are what it is, but one of the things is that she can't, that she feels guilty about her dad dying. She thinks that she should have saved him somehow because she's supposed to have these powers, and she wasn't able to save him. And then she talks about how, like, because I didn't read, I don't know if this was in, the novella, but she was talking about how, like, she doesn't like fires, and it's because the crackling of the fire reminds her of because her dad, when he was killed, his neck was snapped, and that crackling reminds her of his neck being snapped, which is really sad. I cried when I was reading that. So much already, you guys. I'm crying. I just cry a lot from this book. I didn't think Nessa was going to make me cry. I didn't think I was going to like Nessa enough to cry. But I'm loving her. Like, yeah, she has her moments where she's a bitch, but anybody could be a bit, you know? Anybody could be one. Anybody has their moments. I had that moment. But now I love that Cassian brings, that out in her. There is a lot of smut in here, so if you guys don't like smut, I say not to read the book. Or just skim over it, but if you gotta skim over the book, probably almost half of this you'll be skimming over. But if they're not having sex, then they're thinking about it. But it's so good. Like, I just love her found friendship. I've heard people say that they thought this book was boring, or they didn't like that that there was so much, that she was so sad all the time, and stuff like that. But she's a very broken character. She's broken. That's what she is, and this book is a lot of her healing and other people in her friend group that she's forming a friendship with healing from what happened to them. So I love that part. Like, like I said, I got so much tears. Like, I was crying so bad. Like, this book has made me cry 2 or 3 times already. And I still got, like, 200 pages? Something like that. Yeah. It's so good, though. And when he was talking to her and saying that he loves, like, certain things about her and he doesn't want certain things to change, and that, it's just so beautiful, the stuff that he talks about to her. He says, you don't need to become some impossible ideal. You don't need to become sweet and simpering. You can give everyone that I will slay my enemy look, which is my favorite look, by the way. You can keep that sharpness I like so much, the boldness and the fearlessness. I don't want you to ever lose those things to cage yourself. And then she says, but I still don't know how to fix myself. And then he says, there's nothing broken to be fixed. He said fiercely, you are helping yourself, healing the parts of you that hurt too much and perhaps hurt others too. Then he says, I'll be with you every step of the way. Just don't lock me out. You want to walk in silence for a week? I'm fine with that, so long as you talk to me at the end of it. Aww. And then they had to go into the prison for some reason, and to find something, that's what I'm going to say. And this guy or this powerful being that Cassian caged, basically, and put there, got loose, and they had a really good, Cassian got hurt, of course, and, Nessa had to save him, and she has this really cool sword that she made. forget. I forget how you say the sword's name. It's like A something. I know it starts with an A. Let me see if I can find it. And then I got to, okay. Nope, it's not that. I went way too far. Trying to find it. I know it's like an A and then the rest, I don't know how to spell the rest of it. I'm trying to find it before this first clip gets too long. Ataraxia. It's Ataraxia. And then she said, he asked what that means. She said, it's from the old language. So. Yeah. And now they're going to go to, or what you call it, heirs is going to come there for, I forget what it's called. What did they say it was called? I forget what they said it was called, but he's coming there for some reason, and there's a story that Elaine was talking about that regarded Nesta, and they're gonna use that to try to keep to really tie heirs in with them. So we had that, and then they were talking about the wild hunt. So I'm thinking she's either gonna have to go through the blood rites, or she's gonna have to go through the wild hunt. One or the other. Nessa, something is gonna happen because they mentioned both of these things. And I'm thinking they had to mention them for a reason. So I think either the blood rite or that one she's going to have to go through. So we shall see. But yeah, I will talk to you guys all when I have something more to say. Hi everybody. So I've read some more. I'm now on chapter 59, page 612. Boy. Cassian and Nesta, they just can't make up their mind, especially Nesta. Just when you think she's finally going to, like, be all with Cassian, she says something that throws it off again. She just does not want to give herself a break. And she was and I was like crying when she was saying this, and now I know they're going to fight again, and you just know they're going to. He was like, let me find it. She got up, so her and, I probably forget that guy's name. Ayres? We're dancing all this stuff, of course. And da-da-da-da-da. And her and Cassian started dancing. And then, you think, okay, finally, she's going to, might be, what you call it again. And then she gets all upset. She goes all off on him. And says that, yeah, but anyway, she just, said that she should, and then she was like, all of a sudden, I should marry Ayres? How do you say his name? Because you're so good, and he's evil, or awful like me or something, and I'm just as bad as him, basically, she was saying. So she's basically, this is what she says. She says, he is a brute and a piece of shit, and I would marry him because I'm just like him. And then it says, and then she said, I deserve heirs. And then, of course, she starts being all, like, saying, like, sweet things about Cassian. She's like, you are good, Cassian, and you are brave and brilliant and kind. I could kill anyone who has ever made you feel less than that. Less than what you are, as I know it's part of that group and I hate it. I know that I'm a part of that group and I hate it. You are everything I have never been and will never be good enough for you. Alright? And I will never be good enough for you, something like that. Your friends know it, and I have carried around with me all this time that I do not deserve you. She said, I did not deserve you before the war or after, and I certainly don't now. Why do you think I shove you away? Why do you think I wouldn't speak to you? She put a hand on her aching chest. After my father died, after I failed in so many ways, denied myself of you, it was my punishment. Don't you understand that? From the moment I met you, I wanted you more than reason. From the moment I saw you in my house, and you were all I could think about, and it terrified me. No one has ever held such power over me, and I am still terrified that if I let myself have you, it will be taken away. Someone will take it away, and if you're dead, she buried her face in her hands, it doesn't matter. I do not deserve you, and I never, ever will. And it said that he stands by her with tears streaming down his beautiful, perfect face. See, so they fight and then they make up. And now I bet they're going to fight again, because that's what happens with these two. And she was like, and then he goes, are you going to marry Air? She said, no. He says, there'll be no one else for either of us. And she said, yes. Ever, he promised. Nesta laid a hand on his muscled chest, letting the thunderous beating of her heart beat echo in her palm. Let it travel down her arms, into her own chest, her own heart, ever, she swore. And of course, they sleep together, and he says, say it. And she says, you're mine. and then she whispered, and I'm yours. And it said, for it was music between their souls, always has been, and his voice was her favorite melody. And this was the first time that he stayed with her the whole night, because usually he leaves. And of course, both of them were like, he was like, well, she never told me to stay. He was thinking to himself, and she's like, he never told me to stay. Thinking to herself, so both of them were being, what'd you call it? But yeah, and I didn't read the one, the one with the little short one. I never read that one, but I do know that he gave her a present in that one, and she threw it away. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but we do, just like Sarah said, we do find out what it is. And aww. And he was actually giving her something else when she got all upset, and she was like, take it back, because he gave her, like, she loves music, and he, like, got it contained somehow. I forget exactly what he did, but he contained the music to that dance into it, and she wasn't going to take it, and that's what, that's what made her break and say all that thing, that he was too good and stuff like that, because, she don't think she deserves that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I got that much left. So, yeah. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'm probably going to read a few more chapters off screen, and then I'm going to read probably like a chapter or two on screen, and then come back towards like the last 30 pages and 30 pages and read that, the last 30 pages here, so you guys can see my reaction to that. So, but yeah, I'll be back later. Okay, everybody, I was reading a little bit more, as you can see from the last clip. I'm on now 656. yeah, I was right about them gonna fight again, and then, of course, she was gonna go and make up with them, and then I was right about another thing: the blood rights. Someone took her and her the two other girls that are, her best friends, and left them where they had to fight in the blood rights. And Cassian, Rice, nobody can go in after them because it's against the law. So, yeah. And then we just found out that, oh gosh, now I forgot his name again. Why do I always forget it? The Blood Right. Did I say the Blood Right? I can't remember if I said that right or not. That's what it's called. But we just found out that how do you say his name? Eris? I forget how you say his name. But anyways, we just found out he was taken by the bad person. And they have to, so Az and Cassian have to go and try to get him from the bad people, because if he knows things about them that he could tell. So yeah, so that's basically what just happened in that little bit that I was reading. So now I gotta see how they're gonna get out of this. So, but I have a little less than 100 pages, because there's 752 pages. I'm on 657. So yeah, just a little less than 100. So I'll be back.
I dare you to fix me. I'm crossing the line again, falling on my knees. No stranger to pain, it's never ending, it's only something I can't forget.
When there's no more hope is left in me, I can see what comes my way, and I'm always lost. There's nowhere else to go. All I do is fall. Feels like I can make it more than I could bear. Giving up is all that I can surrender to you. Take me in your arms and hold me. With your love, find my rest, and I can see you lead me. You make me hope again. Your love is all I ever need. Never knew that.
Hi, as you guys can see, I finished it. And I cried. You could tell by that clip I was definitely crying. It's a good book. 6 stars. I think this is like my 3rd 6-star of the month. Oh, it was so good. So beautiful, that ending. In books where there's almost any books where like a father has died, and then they're thinking about a father or something like that, and those kind of scenes make me cry. So beautiful. So good. I was just boo-hooing. And I love that Nessa has her own inner circle. Aww. So cute. I love the tail girl. And I'm glad that her and Ryson winds up, getting along at the end. Aww. He gifted her the house. The house loves her anyways. So it was so cool. I just loved it. Oh, and this one ended. I don't know who the next one's going to be. I don't have any idea, but like not sure who Azrael's gonna get. Az is gonna get with. I don't know, because I'm thinking it could be the new one of Farah's. I'm not Farah's. One of Nesta's new friends. One of the her inner circle, and one of her friends. I think her name is Gwen. I think she could be tentatively maybe who's gonna be his mate, or maybe Ellen, but I don't know. Like, if Ellen does, then who's gonna be Lucian's? So, tiny bit it seemed like Aline is having feelings for Az, but we find out something that Az did with Gwen. There's something that happened to Gwen, and Az helped when she needed it. So he was one of the rescuers, I should say. So I don't know if that's gonna be his mate or not, because I really don't want him with Ellen. I think her name's Ellen. I don't want him. I don't know if I want Az with her. She's okay, don't get me wrong, but out of the sisters, she's the one that's the most normal. So I don't know. Well, was the most normal? I do want her to be with somebody, but I want Lucen to be with somebody. I know Lucen ain't the best of the best, but I like Lucen. And I hope he finds out about, I can't remember, Hallis, or I know it starts with H, about him being his father. I hope he finds out. So I don't know who's going to be next. It could be Moore. It could be Az. It could be Lucen, Ellen, if she ain't with either of those two and she gets with somebody else. Who knows? I don't know. Or it can be Morgan. I mean, what is her name? Amryn. But we already know Amryn likes somebody. She's already with somebody, so I don't know. Like, why would they have a story for her? I don't know. But anyways, it was a real good book. Definitely, like I said, 6 stars. Maybe boohoo. Now I can watch all these videos that people did talk about this to see who liked it and who didn't, because everybody has, like, vlogs up. Spoily vlogs. And I couldn't watch them, so now I can. Yay! But, oh my gosh. So good, you guys. Like, oh my gosh. When her and, when they have to do the fight thingy, oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. This was so freaking good. Like, I loved it to pieces. Best. I think this is my favorite one for sure in this series so far. And I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought 2, which is A Court of Mist and Fury, is it? Yeah, because the last one is A Court of Wings and Rune. So A Court of Mist and Fury I always thought would be my favorite out of all the books. But I think this might beat it. I like Nesta, don't get me wrong, but I think it might be Cass, because Cassian's in here as well. But Nesta, oh my God, I loved her. Some people said that they think that she whined too much and she wasn't a badass or anything anymore. I still think she's a badass. I think she's even stronger from all that happened in this book to her. So much happened to her. So yeah. But final thoughts, 6 stars. Brought me to tears, as you can see. So many, like, awesome quotes and favorite parts. Look at this. I had a lot of, like, because I started using, like, my dark, because I had some leftover tabs, so I started using my dark green ones for Nesta, like some of my favorite Nesta quotes and stuff. Some of them are mixed in with the other regular green ones with her quotes. But towards the end, I wanted to, like, do, like, some of her favorite quotes and some of my favorite scenes with her in it. So I did that green. And then there's like I don't know what this color is, like a peach. I was doing like some of my favorite scenes. At first it wasn't, but then I decided to start using these like maybe halfway through. And it was like my favorite scenes with her and Cassian. And then the rose one became like favorite like scenes like with other people. Like with her inner circle. And with maybe favorite parts that was with maybe one of her sisters, or another person, you know. So yeah, but I loved it, you guys. Loved it so much. Sorry that this was in 2 parts and that it's a very long vlog. But you guys know me with my book diaries. I spoil my feelings for stuff, you know. I'm not going to like not spoil things, even though I did spoil a couple of things. I didn't tell you guys a certain thing that happened that really made me cry towards the end. But what happened turned out happy, so that's the main thing. But it could have been so bad. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and you guys know how it is. If you guys like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. And if you do, hit that bell icon so you'll know whenever a video of mine is up for your viewing pleasure. I hope you guys all enjoy this vlog. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if maybe you were on the fence on this one and maybe you'll want to read it now. Or maybe just the whole series. Maybe you haven't even started the series, but here in this one, you decided that you want to start with the other books. Let me know. But yeah, happy readings. I love you guys all. I hope all the books that you guys read makes you happy, makes you cry if you like a book that makes you cry, and gives you all those kind of feels that you want to have. And I'm sure I'm going to be doing 1 or 2 spoilery reading vlogs next month, because there's a lot of books coming out next month that are parts of the series. So yeah, I love you guys all. Thanks for being awesome. And remember, I love you guys all as a friend. Night, everybody. Or good day, or whatever the time may be when you watch this.